Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. If the hope is bad, can we call it cope? I hope it's not bad. Nah. Alex, I think we should have a private stream today, just you and me. Damn. Also, dude, I had the worst sleep yesterday. Mutagen shipping email. You're looking forward to getting it. Mutagen looks beautiful. I think, did Bull post it or something? I saw someone post a set of Mutagen. It looks great in person. But dude, I woke up. Oh man. So this morning. Okay. What the hell? I feel like your voice is extra clear today. Really? Oh, nothing's changed. Is it extra clear today, guys? So, okay, yeah, my hair says it all. I got no sleep. At around 3 o'clock in the morning, I was sleeping for like 3 hours because I went to bed around midnight, 12:30-ish. So, about 3 o'clock, I woke up and my hands were burning, like on fire. And I was so tired that I was just like, fuck it. They're itchy because they're dry. Let me just itch them. So I sat there and I just itched and itched and itched. And I felt bad because like I was moving around and I was like, let me try to sleep. I tried to sleep for like a good hour. I could not do it. Every time I would itch my hands, they would just burn some more. So then I decided to get up and just go basically on the couch so I can go to like basically closer to where my hand cream was. And dude, it was so bad, bro. Like I didn't fall asleep until like 5:30, 6 o'clock. And that's when I finally fell asleep. My hands were burning. Dude, I don't know what the hell was going on. So, but yeah, my hands were on fire this morning. I've been moisturizing them all day today. And I don't know, man. They felt like they were hot. I don't know. Attendance check. Hello, everybody. Also, El Quan. You know who else is hot? El Quan right now. What's up, El Quan? How you doing? I need to get something, Cat. I just don't know what to do anymore because, like, every winter they get worse and worse. But it's a humidity thing, truly. It's because the humidity of our place right now is really, like, low. But the problem is if we turn the humidity up, then all of the windows become... you know when the windows have that moisture, the condensation on them? So unfortunately, we can't really turn the humidity up too much, or else all the windows basically get covered in that. So yeah, it's been terrible. It's been awful. This is the first night ever that I've been kept up because of them. So just remove them. I know I should, right? Have I been? What's up, Tim? How you doing? We're using some of your switches today. I've been good. I don't know. Today, I got nothing I wanted to do done today. I got other projects done though, so still productive, just nothing I wanted to do. Super excited to see how this turns out. I'm excited to see how it looks in person. I have yet to open it up in person, so a very, very exciting stream. So Mike, I've tried it. It doesn't work. This has actually been the best cream that I've used. But even this is not perfect. Eucerin or whatever. This has been the best. It like stops it from burning basically for like a few hours. If humidity is building up on them, the seal isn't well. I said the same thing. I need to basically figure out how to go about calling someone to do that. So, I think what happens... Dude, I went down a rabbit hole. Do you guys do this where you just go down random rabbit holes of useless information? I was like, why do windows have condensation? And some don't. Apparently it's because there might be a leak because there's gas in between double pane windows. So there's like a layer of gas that's supposed to, not prevent it, but like, you know, it's not really supposed to happen. And apparently the windows might be leaking the gas in between the two panes. And there's ways to check, and I did the way to check, and it seems like none of them have the gas in between the panes anymore. And from what I understand, you can either replace the whole window, which is usually the way that people are going to recommend to go, and honestly seems to be the more expensive way, or you can have someone try to repair it by like filling in the gas, I suppose. But it seems they're going to push you to replace the window because the other way is not like guaranteed. But yeah, fun, more stuff to spend money on. Just another note, we'll be using some nice cloths for production. Oh yeah, no problem. Not the paper. I mean, I don't even mind paper. But yeah, how are you guys doing today? How are you guys all doing? I like knowing useless stuff. Me too. I leak gas sometimes too. It's normal. Me too. Same, brother. So nice. Moolah, thank you so much for using a Prime here. That's very kind of you. I appreciate it. You can open the thing? Oh yeah, today I will. I'll open your thing today. That sounds weird and without context. I like keyboards. I love keyboards. I also like keyboards. Just booked a venue for my wedding. Well, hopefully it's an easy process. I can imagine that being kind of expensive. Also, let me know if the music's too loud today, guys. I inhale food. Same. So nice. Dude, thank you so much, Toom. I appreciate you, man, for the 4 months. Music's perfect. Lovely. Auth Crest is such a nice touch. Oh, the Auth Crest will be in a pouch with the PCBs? Yeah, by the way, today we're doing a prototype of the board. So there's going to be some things that are not like finalized because it's a prototype unit and like some of the packaging might not be 100%. There are also going to be like a few things that'll be changed for the final product as well, being like the plate's not going to be from Hype. We just have a Hype plate today. But yeah, we'll talk about that here in a bit. The XT3 is awesome. So awesome that I sold my XT30. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I ended up the XS20. I did another 24-hour test to, and unfortunately, I am not comfortable selling it. I'm gonna have to send it in for repair, or I'm gonna sell it for parts. Really disappointed. Really disappointed in the XS X series. It's just, I think Fuji's worst lineup of cameras. They are just riddled with problems, it seems. I've been waiting for this board since last spring. Damn. DHL lied about the attempted delivery today. Shake my head. That's out of the norm, in my opinion. That's very out of the norm. But yeah, hope everyone's been having a good day. Honestly, it's been a chill one for me. I lubed switches, did a whole bunch of, oh man, so much like back-end work today. And I took your guys' suggestion. Because Google is discontinuing the whole POP3 service and really kind of forcing you into their business
Hello
service.
Hello from my F18X GMK abstract. Keep it real, boss.
Ooh, the abstract on it too is nice. But yeah, so I ended up going with Proton Mail, like you guys said. It was $10 a month cheaper than going with Google Business. You guys were right. It's definitely the better service. Plus, it seems like there's a lot more security that goes into Proton Mail. You guys were right. I took your guys' advice. I got it last night. I just paid for the whole year. I think it was like $59 or something, but I was going to have to pay no matter what. So, because I wanted to use my custom domains. It was a little interesting to set up, but already loving it. Google had this problem too, even when I was using the trial of their business service where everything wasn't like instant. So, I mean, I didn't really migrate anything. Like, I still have all my old emails in like a archive, basically. I don't plan on using, like, porting anything over. So I'm just starting fresh with Proton, just with the same email address now. Yeah, it's nice. Honestly, I have to admit, like, the setting up process was decently easy. There was some, like, confusing bits of it because I haven't really used something like Proton yet, so... iCloud has 3 custom domains and 15 mailboxes included in their $1 iCloud plan, by the way. Oh, do they? I don't know. Honestly, I think I'm just going to stick with Proton Mail. I would have to... I don't even know how to do the iCloud stuff. Maybe next year. I already paid for the year of Proton. I'm fine with it. Honestly, I think I want the extra security anyways that Proton's offering. Because, you know what? Like... I do use a lot of like sensitive information, and I kind of want the extra like layer of peace of mind, I suppose. I don't know. Maybe that's not the best way to put it, but it's a way of putting it. Also, thank you guys all for the subs. I appreciate it. Lessa, thank you so much. Chom,
Hello
thank you
from
so
my
much.
old Shay GAT. One key is broken and I'm too lazy to fix it.
Is it the R? Am I guessing right there? I bought 10 keyboards in 2 months after watching your videos. Oh my god. And on really? Which ones? I'm going to need a custom business domain in the next few months, so I'll definitely check it out. Thanks for the group. Yeah, I mean, I think Proton is nice just for the security aspect. Plus, you get a VPN with the price too. I haven't had a VPN that I've been wanting to use in a long time, and I tried Proton's VPN. Pretty good. No complaints. Seemed pretty like straightforward. So yeah, I don't know. Pretty happy with it. Proton VPN is one of the best IMO. Yeah, seemed good. Like it was like nice and fast. Let's see the board so I can go to bed. I'll show it to you guys. Let me just wind up by talking, everyone. My bad. All right, I'll show you guys the board. This is the Hope TKL by Mr. Forras. I hope you enjoy. I don't think he's going to write this handwritten note for everybody, but again, there are going to be some stuff with this board. So this board is being sold on Novel Keys right now. I don't recall if there's another regional vendor. I'll find out later here in a second. Or maybe Forras can just tell me. But it is... Yeah, Forras is in the YouTube chat. It is a fun one. It comes in, I think, 4 different colors. Let me just pull up the website again. 1 second. I had it, but then I closed it to play the music. 4 different colors, is it? Yeah, no, 3 different colors. Argentum. I cannot pronounce this. Caeruleus. I don't know how to pronounce any of these. It basically comes in silver, blue, or green. Silver, blue, and green. I don't know how to pronounce any of the colors here. Fanboy, thank you.
Thank you, Alex, for getting me into keyboards. I have a fun little collection that I am very proud of because of your content.
Which
Granites are great BTW.
Oh, dude, thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate the sub too, buddy. Thank you. What shade of green do you prefer? I'm gonna be real. This particular green looks like it's a very like vibrant green. I prefer more olive greens when I'm looking at like a green product. But yeah, naked desk. Well, not really. I just moved it up over here. I was lubing switches today. Weird names for colors is low key a pet peeve of mine. Just call it the color. You know what? I'm guilty of it too, bro. But it's gonna be priced at. I don't think any of these change. Let me just triple check. I didn't even check that. I don't think so. No, it's going to be priced at $660. So this is going to be a premium product. Now, let's open it up, shall we? Do you dislike all blues? No, I only dislike... It's more navies. I'm just not a navy guy. But you know what? Like, sometimes navy's nice. By the way, this is going to be sponsored, guys. It's not going to change the way I think at all. If something's bad on this, I'm going to let Forras know. So... Forras is saying he'll send a video of color samples in the Discord if you guys want. And then a 30 MOQ from DDS. Oh, pretty. See, this blue. This blue I like. I like this blue. See, this is like what? Like, it's not as like vibrant. It's a little bit more... toned down? Is that the right thing to say? A bit more toned down of a blue. Sorry, my desk is crooked. Alex will not stop until the resale value of all navy keyboards hit 0. No. It's nice. I don't think, is it screwed together or is it kind of just shifting? Oh, it might be the weight. I don't want anything to fall, so. Oh, wow. I will say, and this is not a knock to Forras. Well, maybe it is. The renders don't do this justice. The ones on Novel Keys website. Maybe this is a overall issue. They don't do it justice, I'll tell you right now. Yeah, this looks so different. Like, honestly, it looks different in person. I'm gonna hit you with that. This looks so different from the renders. Yeah, I don't know why. The renders make it look a bit more like, boring. This is beautiful, though. Holy shit. Yeah, this is like a blue slate. I don't know how to describe it properly. Bit of a blue slate here. Also, I believe these screws, if I remember and Forrest can correct me, these screws are not the screws that are supposed to be here. I think there's supposed to be something different. Something happened, I think, with this particular prototype unit, but they'll be corrected on the final unit, I believe. It's either these screws or the ones inside. I know one of the sets of screws. Very cool, though. Let's take a close-up here. I got 55 minutes of sleep last night. I am, like, very close to what you got, basically. I think we're kind of buddies in that sense. So there's the internal weight. Designed in England, FSR. I will let Mikey know. Mikey did those. They're not bad renders. I just think you need renders that kind of show off the curves a bit more. Or maybe not as bright. Maybe the lighting just needs to be changed a bit. Looks like a piece of dust there. I love that little bit of green that we're getting. A little bit of a brushed look on the weight as well. The feet placement are going to be a little bit more centered towards the middle, which means this probably will tip if you press really hard on the F keys, which could be a pet peeve of people's, so keep in mind. We've seen boards like that in the past. God, this blue is gorgeous. This is a really pretty blue, man. And then this is the side profile here. Hello? You want to focus properly? Alright, there we go. There is the side profile. With that curve, I think it looks really good. Very, very pretty. So nice.
Hello, Sir Alex. What's it like having the unique privilege of seeing the gorgeous smile of yours every single time you take a look at a mirror?
No, man, don't say that. It's. I think it's you guys that I think of every time I smile in the mirror, okay? Yeah, this would be considered the Ceruleus? Am I saying that right? The blue one, yeah, that's what it is, Shark. That's not something I'd ever thought I'd hear Alex say. What, about blue? I don't mind the blue. And then we have some stepped internals here. These don't look like they're... I don't know if these will affect the internals for like something like the switches or sockets or whatever, but these look maybe made more for sound. We have, I'd say, slightly thinner side bezels. Oh, yeah. So for us, all screws were mistakenly made to 2.5. Yeah, I was reading about that on the thing you sent over. Yeah, so, again, I think these will all be changed. So far as, are these going to stick out on the final unit, though? Are there going to be screws that protrude out on the final one? Cool. Nice color, though. Now, I guess, like, what switches, or what keycaps am I even going to pair with this? Interesting. Okay. Cool. Very pretty. This looks like the same blue on the Bias DE. I don't think I recall that particular blue. Yeah, you know what? Like, Forrest is asking... Again, I'm kind of relaying it from YouTube chat here. I think personally, and I'd like to know your guys' thoughts too, I'm actually not a fan of the protruding screws. I think, Forrest, if you have the opportunity to get low-profile screws, like you're saying... Like, how do you guys feel? I think this, in a way, cheapens the design. And I guess some people could see this as, like, a design feature. I think this, again, I mean, no offense. I think this almost looks like oversight. But if you're offering maybe an extra set of screws in the package, that's fine too. Yeah, I'm with Wobbly on that. They almost feel like it was kind of like, overlooked. If you can get low profile, get low profile. Yeah, again, if this is supposed to be part of the design, then I'm personally not a fan. And I know it's just a small aspect, but for premium, like $660 products, close to 700 USD, I'm looking at these things and I'm going, that's part of my decision-making process.
Baba Booey.
Thanks, Kilo. All right. Otherwise, love the way this looks overall. I even like, I don't know why, I really like just how thin, and maybe this is another thing that I'm a big fan of. I like seeing seams on keyboards. I just love it. I think they can look really good. This one here is particularly like really thin on the bottom, and I kind of like it. It kind of adds like a level of sleekness to me. Very, very pretty. But overall, I like the curves on this board a lot. Very, very nice. You dislike seams, Conan? I love them. Yeah, the USB-C placement's nice too. I actually, on TKLs, believe it or not, I kind of like right-sided USBs. I do. The reason I like them is because then I can move my keyboard over, because I have technically a centered cable on my computer, which gives me a little more room to keep things on the desk properly. But I think in most keyboards, center is usually the safest choice. All right, let's take a look at the PCB. I think we're going to be using... Okay, I can't remember now, because you know what? I literally looked at it like 4 times before stream. GQ! Thank you so much for the tier 1. Or the 10 tier 1s. Very kind to you, dude. Very, very kind. Am I a seam enjoyer? Yes. Is this priced at this point because of the low MOQ? And how do you compare this to a Cloudline or Diversity? Well, okay. I think right away, Chief, I'll tell you right now, I can probably get you a better how do I compare once I build it. Visually, I can tell you right now, like, compared to Diversity and Cloudline, right away I can tell you I like the way this looks a little bit more than the Diversity TKL. In terms of like the Cloudline though, I think we're looking at 2 almost different looks. The Cloudline, which I should go get mine afterwards, I think the Cloudline has a bit more of a what's the word I'm looking for? There's a bit more character on the bottom, I would say, of the board. Even slightly on the top. I do think the Cloudline has a lot of niceties to it. But if you're kind of the opposite, where you don't like some of those embellishments, maybe this is like the design you're probably going to look at more, because there is no branding on this board, like anywhere at all, outside of having it on the inside of the board, where you have FSR designed in England. So you might value that too. Maybe you don't like some of those like embellishments or like extra designs and stuff. Like maybe you don't want to see the Cloudline's weights. So I think that's kind of where I'm comparing it. In terms of like sound, I don't know yet. I'll tell you that as we go here. All right. So let's take a look at both PCBs. Yeah, the green I'd like to see in person too, just because I don't know. So here's a question for you, Foraz. You're basing this off of a 30 MOQ. What if 300 sell? How does that affect the MOQ for you, out of curiosity? Because it's always interesting to hear people's, I guess, take on that too. Pretty solid. Again, we're not going to have, we're really not going to have anything in terms of spacebar compatibility here, which I'd still like to see. But, I mean, with it offering a Win keyless, you probably aren't going to get it. But we do have everything pretty much that we want. Although, I'll be honest with you, I don't love some of like the hot swap sockets going up and down here, north and south facing. But I guess that's to accommodate some of the PCB. Actually, I don't know why some of those things are here on the PCB, to be completely honest with you. Like the extra cutouts. I'm not 100% positive. But otherwise, you have pretty good compatibility. Charging AirPods on stream? They were dead. I used the last of my... I have an embarrassing story I can tell you guys later, by the way. Very embarrassing story. But alright, we have pretty good compatibility on the hot swap unit. There is no daughter board on this, so this is kind of like a bit more of a classic take on the PCB here. Well, yeah. I mean, again, I get the 6.25U being missing when there's a Win keyless involved. I've been a little bit more lenient on that because I get it. Still be nice to see, though. Oh, where did I put the other PCB? Oh, underneath? Oh, right there. Hydrate? Hell yeah. Oh, we designed the PCB to be H87 compatible. Oh, okay. This is the PCB I'd probably pick up, and this gives you everything. Which is awesome to see. This literally gives you all the options you could possibly get. So I would say, in contrast, the hot swap option is not that bad to have. You just lose the 6.25U. And actually, do you have ISO on this? No. No ISO on the hot swap. There is ISO compatibility on the solder. Which, I think we just used the solder today. I'm pretty sure, I think 4S told me there was something off with the solder unit. Actually, 4S, do you want me to use any one of these PCBs? It's totally up to you. I'm going to let you pick here. 14U? 16U? Does anyone here actually have a keyboard with more than a 7U spacebar that they legitimately use every day? Yes or no? So yes, H87 compatible PCB, which is also nice to see too, which makes it easy to replace, sort of, if you need in the future. 10U is cool. I have a 10U that I use. Really, Scythe? No way. There's a problem with the solder, but we can use solder for the sound test. Let's just use this. This might not work, by the way. I might not be able to test on it because the prototype unit had a problem with it. But I'm just going to use it just because I want to solder today. We just going to use it. Alrighty. And then this is... We're using a PC plates. Again, this was provided by Hype, but the final PC units will be done by DDS. This was just because for the prototype. Shouldn't matter too much in the long run, even for my own testing. Usually they don't really, not a huge difference. First time in existence, someone said I just want to solder today. I want to always solder. I don't, listen, I love that people use hot swap. I love it. Do I like using it? Meh. It's not really my thing. I prefer soldering. If I want a keyboard like to feel like I've fully completed it, it's my own thing, it's my own prerogative, but like I think soldering is the way that I fulfill that. You know? Hype plate better. We do love Hype though. And then we're going to be building with some of these from Tomb, which by the way, awesome guy. Can I have your patinaed bowl? I don't want them. Solder equals commitment. We should look that up. We should look up to it. Yeah, exactly. So these were done with 205G0 TX films and 55 gram TX springs. Odd that I ordered my Seabass Extra that was 0 solder PCB available. Oh, really? I wonder if they just didn't order a lot. The PC plate is for the GB will be transparent too. I think that's a non-issue for me, whether it's frosted or transparent. I don't know how you guys feel. I am good either way. So Flores did also say there is a soft cap of 100 units and hard cap of 150. So this will be limited to 150 units. Show off the auth crest? Did you put it in here? Oh, it's all the way back here. Ooh, cool. So you're going to get this in the box as well for authentication, which is like an aluminum crest. I like that, actually. That's a really neat idea. Obviously, you know what, like, it's always nice to have. These are cool. Huh. And then this is the silver. Damn. It would have been nice to if the green 4S. The green one would have been cool to see. But I think 4S is... You're sending me the green unit too eventually, right? To show off? green, I need to see that green in person. The green was a little delayed, unfortunately. It's okay. It's okay. That's actually an edible mint. Do you guys like mints? I love mints. All right, well, I guess let's start doing some stabilizers. Let me go get a set of stabs. Whereas, do you care what set of stabs I use? Can I just use Type Plus? Or actually, wait. I'm going to use Maze clip-ins. Just cause. Up to you. We'll use these guys. Having a green option, but then choosing to send the blue one to Alex is diabolical. Hey, to be fair though, I fuck with this blue. It's navy blue I don't like, guys. Like this blue I also like. This is a nice blue. This blue is getting to the point where I don't really like it. Okay, buddy. Okay, come on, man. My man been watching a lot of Burnt Peanut. Okay, to be fair though, Leviathan, I say a lot. You know what? When I'm going through my video editing, dude, that's the one thing since the dawn of me streaming, I hate when I go because then I have to cut out all the ums from the video. And I do that a lot, and I wish I had a different way to fill the void of me thinking. It's always driven me nuts. See, even there, like, I just don't know why the fuck I do it. I've just always done it. I hate it because it makes editing videos so difficult, bro. Put a shot color? Hassan, hello? Wake me up when the build starts. Damn. My middle school teacher, wait, scammed out of compliment. Did someone compliment? Oh, sorry, Jade. I just saw that. Turtle. Holy yapper. You guys. Turtle. I might have been slow to compliment you, but I'll never be slow to love you, all right? Love you, okay? Love you, Turtle. I've had the problem. The way I learned to break the habit is just not saying anything until I'm ready to speak. I just need to, bro. I need to think of doing that. It's been too difficult, though. All right. We're doing split backspace and split right shift. Keep yapping, the night is young. Yeah, we're only 34 minutes into stream. That's not even that bad by my standards. No, I'm not doing that, guys. I'm joking. By my standards, that's actually not that bad. Listen, on a real note, if you guys hate the fact that you have to wait for me to build keyboards and I yap a little bit, there's always the YouTube video. Or you can tune in about 2 hours and you can scrub through it yourselves. Oh, man. BLV says, it's bloody 7 in the morning here and I'm still watching this guy yap and still going to sleep. That's crazy, bro. Okay, you know what? No more yapping. No more yapping. We're just going to build the keyboard now. That's crazy. These builds help me through the boring bits of my job. Yeah, I remember, dude, even during the day for me, man, I'm watching like streams and stuff. I'm doing that. I get it. Something that I've helped learn with is taking 15 or 10 minutes out of the day to speak and make really conscious efforts to stop saying Oh, really? So do you just like go on random tangents? Or just like say random things? Have you ever gotten a stab under your fingernail? I don't think I have, but I have... Oof. I have actually hurt myself doing the... Oh, shoot. The switches. Taking them apart. You know, for the faint of heart, don't listen, plug your ears. You know the bottom of the switch? These metal bits? I've jammed one of these under my fingernails, and this has hurt a lot. So, it doesn't... It's like a pinprick, but it's like in such an inconvenient place. You know? No worries, Alex. We're just trying to distract you. Keep up the good work. Thanks, brother. I appreciate you. All right. Let's make sure this is all straight, and we'll start lubing this. Perfectly straight. But yeah. Definitely not fun. Definitely not fun, dude. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys an embarrassing story now, and you guys have to promise just to say they're there to me and actually give me love, because I'm an idiot, bro. All right? You guys want to hear my story? So today, I was running errands, dropping off a keyboard for a client. I woke up, made coffee, was feeling good. Like, even though I was hella tired from not sleeping much, I was like, I'm going to get a lot of work done. So, my girlfriend was home because she needed to go to an appointment. And I left the house at around 11:15. And my girlfriend said bye to me, and I left, la-di-da. Brought my packages to Canada Post. On the way back, my girlfriend's like, I gotta go do my thing, so I'll talk to you when we both get home. I was like, no worries. Then I got home, and I looked at the door, and I said, oh, fuck. I didn't bring my keys with me. And now my girlfriend's at a 1-hour appointment. So I sat down for an hour, waiting for her to get home, with my head down, hoping that nobody saw me. Because I was so embarrassed, dude. And the problem is, I can't even go anywhere. Like, I couldn't walk around to, like, the back because there's so much ice and snow. I couldn't have taken a walk. I had too many heavy packages. Oh, no, child, we're not even talking about medical stuff. It was so bad, dude. I was so embarrassed. I don't have a secret entryway, no. I got no secret passages, bro. I ain't on that level. First time I've ever done that in my entire life. Dude! Shiki, can I ask you guys a question? For those who have it, are those smart locks, are they not as safe as just a regular lock key? I really want a smart lock, because that could have saved me like hell today, bro. I wouldn't. That could, like, I feel like they're very insecure, really. I feel like that could have helped me a lot. I worry about that too. Yeah, like, I'm always a little bit wary about them, but I miss your banana desk? Really, 4S? In it for mod? Goddamn. It depends on if you ask a lock pick or a hacker. Smart locks are genuinely awful. Fuck, I think it would have saved me an hour of my day today. I'm so sad. Just get a locker with a password instead of a fingerprint. No locks can keep you safe if someone has the intent to harm your locks, though. Honestly, you make a good point, too. I get that vibe as well. Like, if someone really wants to get in, they can get in, bro. Like, I understand that concept as well. I think it's just something you think about, you know? Why didn't you knock for Annette to let you in? Oh, I did. I said, Annette, please let me in. And he said, I won't. He said this to me, bro. He's like, I won't until you make me mod again. And I said, I can't do that. And he said, well, you're staying the fuck outside. So, can you believe him? And then dude, can you believe that, bro? Valid? Get wrecked, nerd? It's a little screwed up if you ask me. Stood your ground, I'm proud of you? Turtle's really on Annette's side? That's crazy. Why is he like that? That's a great question. I thought you kept Annette in the basement. How did he get out? There's actually, to be honest with you guys, there's no door. Okay? It's just one of those basements that you just have a stairwell and that's it. Because the basement stairwell, in order to make this basement feel bigger, I guess they didn't include like the wall there. So it feels bigger, I guess, although it's technically no bigger at all. Skill issue? It kind of is. There was a smart lock on the basement, very insecure. Yeah, and it hacked it. Yeah, so I don't have a door, unfortunately. I had a thumbprint lock on my bedroom for a few years. Needed a real lock and knew I would lock myself out the first day. Seems pretty legit. That would be handy too, just like boop in. How can Annette let you in if he's chained to your basement? Guys, he's not chained. Alex was poised with making Annette mod or sitting outside with his head down, and the man said I'd rather freeze to death. Luckily, it wasn't cold today. It was not cold today. I just sat on the steps and I said, all right, I'll just sit here. One day Annette will be nice to me and let me in. Big smoge though, big smoge. I can't believe I've done that. And that's pretty much it. That was pretty much my day outside of working. I was hoping to kind of stop and get some other stuff done, but being stuck outside for an hour really put a damper on things. Legend has it, after Annette gnawed his leg off, Alex decided to leave him unchained. Yeah, he was worthy after that, you know. Free range in the basement is crazy. Poor Annette. With thumbprint locks, the only frustrating thing is when you get your thumb placement just right. It took about 5 tries. Oh, really? That sounds annoying as hell. I think the only thing I wouldn't like about a thumbprint lock, even if it was hella secure, is there are days where I just, like, I wear gloves, and I know this sounds stupid, but there are days where, like, taking off the glove will require me to, like, use my mouth or, like, I don't know, like, rip it off with my other hand, which is holding a bag or something, which is difficult. I hate doing that stuff because your glove is dirty. It's not right. Crazy to admit you wear gloves? Sometimes your boy gets cold. What can I say? Sometimes I get a little chilly. I'll show it after this. My hands are a little bit like lubey right now, so. I have one of those gloves, which I don't know why I purchased. Well, I know why I purchased it. I mean, I think it's a stupid purchase. I bought one of those gloves that are supposed to be like the, you can use your phone with the glove. Dude, don't those things fucking stink. You can't use your phone with them. The one I bought anyways. It was from North Face. It's on sale. The little silver button thing on your thing, it does not work very well. I picture you still wearing the Olympic gloves they handed out to all the kids. You know how long I had those for, Weish? I've purchased one glove in my entire life, which is the North Face ones I got like 10 years ago. Metal wired saw into the fingers. You can make one yourself. I learned about that afterwards. Like silver, right? Sewn. I think it's sewn, no? So nice.
I hope you have a good day.
Thank you, Killswitch. Appreciate you, buddy. How's your day been? Also, JQ, if you're still here, thank you again. I want to thank you for again for those the gift its, bro. I'm Swiss, sewn. That makes sense. It's sewn, right? Room? Guys, I stopped saying room like that. I'm not saying it anymore. I've been bullied way too much. Let's be real here. Have you tried the Neo 65HE? No, I have not yet. I don't know if that's on the docket for me to try. As an FYI, because there's going to be a lot of brands going on CNY, there probably won't be much updates or many updates regarding like new products from things like Neo, Wuche, anything like that, just because they're going to be out basically for what, 2 or 3 weeks? Even KBD fans, like I'm just not going to get much or any updates. So I would say, unfortunately, as of right now, it doesn't look like I'll be taking a look at it. I did see, however, from another little poster teaser they did, Razer is making a fully I don't know if it's fully CNC'd. I think they said fully CNC'd. They're making a CNC'd keyboard, which is interesting, I suppose. A little bit, I can tell from the photo, it has like 3 knobs on the top. So I'm interested to see how that's going to turn out, I guess. We'll see. What niche layout do you like, Mr. Odos? You know what, honestly, man? Like, a little 40 is... I mean, I don't even know. 40s are not niche anymore, I feel. I like a little 40. Super niche layouts? I don't mind the 64 key layout. Some people don't really like it. I think it's kind of nice. I don't know if it's a unibody one. Some vendors are already on CNY. I had one of my friends who works in one of the keyboard spaces in China. He's been off for like the last like 3 or 4 days. Is 65 considered 65 XT? Is that considered niche now? I think it's actually become mainstream. CNY is a big thing, man. Oh, dude, it's always been a big thing. Every year, it's huge. Isn't it like the biggest thing? The biggest event? I'd say one of the biggest ones. It's not really fixed. I think some places go a little bit early, some places don't. Like, there are still some vendors working up until, I believe, the 15th. Where do I buy a 65 XT then? Oh, fucking touche, bro. Touche. All right. I'm not going to argue with you. Touche. Actually, we're going to use dielectric on this one. Mid-autumn is bigger. Really? I guess that makes sense. Naveed, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. Why dielectric? You can go both ways, basically, on the maze stabilizers. I've used enough of them with both that it's fine to use either. I'm going to be honest, I still love using dielectric because I feel like dielectric is a great base to put in stabilizers that work with it. Because to some degree, 205 still will slightly move around and kind of weigh down and move and migrate. Well, actually, it doesn't really migrate or separate. It more just like settles. And I do find that dielectric, for the most part, if you get the right formula of dielectric, it works. I mix sometimes, yeah. I mean, mostly all the time. When I'm filling in the gaps, I use 205. So I have a bit of a bias to dielectric. Is just, dude, it's just like, it's cheap, good. I think I've bought 3 tubs ever. Why not tune with dielectric instead of 205 since you've already applied dielectric? So, I have tried this. Let me give you guys... Actually, I don't even think... Have I ever talked about why I don't? The answer here is... It is easier to fill in gaps with 205. Dielectric doesn't syringe very nicely. It also can't really squeeze nicely into some of the nooks and crannies that you'd want, like 205 does. 205... It's weird because it kind of uses the dielectric base and kind of settles on top of it. I've mixed both of them for years now. Years. It's great for people who just don't want to like think too much about it. XHT is definitely the better choice. It's just messy. It's a little easier to mess up, especially if you're kind of newer to applying some lubricant. I wouldn't always recommend it for someone who's never done it before, but it is the superior choice. It's also kind of expensive. Yeah, it is. You're right. It is, Shindo, it is expensive. You can add a little bit more XHT. I find even with really thin coats, though, you're good. You use so little BDZ each time? Yeah, you do. But, hey, listen, you know what? I'll be honest. It's easy to say, but then someone who maybe has never, ever done BDZ, you have to think about this too, right? If you've never used it, you may apply way too much thinking that's the right amount, and then you completely screw yourself over because it's also not as easy to clean. You know? It's not. And I've seen people completely like mess up a set of stabs and then stress out. So after one time you learn from it, that's idealistic, Niku. Some people, hey man, we have to be real with ourselves here. Sometimes we fuck up with 2 or 3 units, right? It happens. It does happen. Hey Alex, have you experimented with Wooding's friction fit plate silicone? I don't think I have. Is it newer? You got to learn to do it the hard. Well, yeah, I recommend people to learn how to use it for sure. But I also think that dielectric's still great too. Like, dude, I've been on this tub of dielectric and I build how many keyboards? I'm sure this one thing of dielectric would be enough for whole people's career.
I was finally able to catch a stream to resub alexotos.
EJ, thank you so much for the prime. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, man. If you're only building 1 to 2 boards a year, one tub will last your grandkids' possession. It's true. I mean, nothing wrong with it. I still think it's the superior choice for sure. Alex, will you whisper in Mode's ear for a 65 XT? Could try. That's why you test before soldering down? Keeb. Let me tell you guys a story. Alright. These are all lovely thoughts we're having. Dude, some people don't even... Exactly what Niku just said. Some people don't even test their PCBs. We could literally write down all the instructions right now and be like, yeah, nothing should ever bad happen. There are people who get nervous and will miss steps. It happens, dude. It happens. It's fine if it does too, but you know, it's one of those things where time for a new video? Yeah, I should. Honestly, I've been thinking about doing it. It's more fun to solder first because the gamble. Do you guys get a high when you're building your keyboard? You're like, I ain't gonna test this bad boy. I ain't gonna test it. Let's see if it works at the end. Testing your PCBs is accepting that failure is an option and you shouldn't plan for failure. Gamble with big risks. I don't test my PCBs. I don't check my switch pins. I contact customer support. Oh my god. Alright, this is getting a little too crazy for me. I'm supposed to test my PCBs? Everything's a test. Yeah, just invest in my new wireless stabs, guys. Alright, for the low price of $159 per stab, you guys won't ever have to worry about any of this stuff. Alright? New tech. I made it. Very excellent tech. Ow. Very, very excellent tech, though. At $159 per stab, we're in no barrier territory. I hope to be more expensive. Because I think he's charging like, I don't know how much is for a full set. I hope to be more expensive. I also am willing to put a subscription fee on mine. What am I doing on this? What a guy. Can you buy them separately? Yeah, but there's a separate fee for that too. You have to pay to play to figure it out, my dude. Exactly. It is the way, man. It is the way. Alright, we're good. Does it offer 2FA? No, but you do have to get Face ID. If you want to use the wireless stabs, you have to submit a Face ID. Discord's doing it, so we're going to do it too. And then you also have to sign a release form that I can sell your data afterwards. Easy peasy. Will it have an AI assistant? No, but to purchase them, you will have to go through my AI bot in order to purchase them. That's it. Where are we migrating from Discord? I don't know, man. You know, I've been getting so many people asking me about that. I don't know. I don't know if there's any good alternatives. It's interesting though, because I wonder if this does Zulip. I don't even know what that is. Zulip is what one of my discords is suggesting. Okay, to speak openly, and by the way, I'm on the side of okay. I'm on the side of I'm not sure what to think yet, because I'm in a weird position where my face is everywhere and I don't give a fuck. But I'm trying to think of it from other people's perspective as well. All right? Here's the thing. I wonder who's going to step in and kind of be like, we have this product now. I don't know if it's going to be Zulip. I don't know what it is. If Discord decides to go through with this. But I've also seen, and I think this is a really cool thing that I've seen, there's been a lot of people now talking about how they hate Discord and they've just put up with it. And I like the conversation that goes around with that. Because don't get me wrong, I love using Discord. I love it. It's great. I get to talk to all my friends. I'm with people on this aspect of Discord though. The niche internet. So what I'm talking about here is like, if we join a hobby like keyboards, sometimes more of the niche stuff that used to just be able to Google, pull up on a forum, see people discuss, is now locked behind communities in private Discords that you have to join. Not only do you have to join them, you have to go through a slew of verifications, like check this thing, and it becomes like another obstacle to join. And you know what? When I read that, I'm like, honestly, facts, bro. Like, I do miss the days of just being able to Google niche information, it pulling up, and like having it be accessible to me without making an account. And if I did have to make an account, it'd be a forum that maybe isn't so bad to use and isn't super hella locked behind like all these other weird things just to use it. But it's still Googleable, you know what I mean? So yeah, I do agree, like in a lot of aspects, I do think these like private Discord areas have kind of killed the niche area of information on the internet. And I never really thought about it until then. Like, it's true. And I think I've also been kind of just like, yeah, Discord's great because like I'm in it. Like I use it every day. But I didn't think about it for other spaces. Interesting thing to think about, though. Real question. Okay, I'll let it read.
The real question is if everybody will require verification when it goes live, or will typing certain words flag like compatibility, toilet, or 6-7 or bra.
I hope 6-7 flags it. Let's hope that works. It was very hard for me to get into keyboards because of needing to learn about Discords. Yeah, it's, you know, it's a topic I might want to bring up more often because it's true. It is true, and I agree with that. Not just info, but also support is done through Discord a lot. Okay, I actually think to play devil's advocate, which, by the way, I hate to do this to you, Cheese, because I love you, but I actually think it's not companies that want to do it through Discord. There are some companies that are probably happy to do support over Discord, but I know a lot of companies who fucking hate it, but people demand it. They want the instant supply, the instant, what's the word I'm looking for? They want that instant communication from companies instead of waiting a day for like a ticket to be fulfilled. So I don't want to blame the company there. I actually think that's kind of like the consumer. Interesting conversation to be had though, right? Like, all this info is locked behind Discords. Instant gratification of knowing things are being taken seriously? Yeah. Like for me, I'm in that mindset of like, it takes a day. It takes 3 days to respond to me with a proper answer. Let it be. But some people are, they're very like impatient. But again, we're, not to get down this route of conversation, because I don't mean to like be a downer here, but yeah, we're in this kind of, I guess, era of instant gratification for literally everything. I mean, dude, even... Fuck. Okay, I'll just talk about it. To go on another tangent here, even hobbies, man. We have this, like... I'm fucking guilty of this, too. Hobbies have not only become instant gratification, but hobbies have also become jobs. Even for people who don't think they're taking it as a job. I feel like a lot of people... They get into a hobby and it's no longer... And I watched an interesting video about this too, and I agree with it wholeheartedly, and it took the words right out of my mouth. Hobbies are no longer like, I built this keyboard, I am happy with it, this was really fun to do and I learned a lot. A lot of hobbies have turned into, I built this keyboard, who can I go tell about this keyboard so I can validate my experience with this keyboard? Whether we like to think about it or not. And this is kind of... what I was talking about with me and... Sorry, my camera's freaking out. What me and Matthew were talking about. Like, this is why I don't post anything anymore. Because that whole idea of, like, validation... And you don't... Some people will say, no, I don't do that. I think a lot of us do it by accident. I was doing that with, like, social interactions before I started doing streaming. It'd be like, oh, I'm posting this thing, it's all in fun. But, like, why am I doing it? Like, why do I feel the need to, like, show it off on social media? It's because you want someone to, like, validate your experience. And honestly, I get it, but... Nah, everybody wants to share their hobby, impress their friends, and feel like they have a role. But I feel like it's different with your actual friends than it is to, like... like... showing it off on a public space where you don't know everybody. Like, there's a level of, like, I need you guys to tell me I'm doing good. So, anyways... It's not a bad thing per se, but I do think it kind of ruins the experience of, like, being able to fuck things up and, like, laugh about it and just, like, enjoying failure in a hobby as well. Like, almost everything we need to do just feels like it needs to be perfect for social media. It sucks. It honestly does because, dude, I'm telling you guys, like, I thought maybe I'm better than that. I don't do that. Dude, I do it all the fucking time. I think maybe live streaming definitely helps where you guys can see my flaws. But bro, honestly, all the time I'm like that. I'll try to give everything like, the best side of like something that I'm doing because I want people to be like, yeah, Alex did it good. Make a Reddit post quick. I don't know. I think we just all need to, like, normalize just, like, fucking up once in a blue moon and laughing about it without fucking criticizing people like crazy. Because I do see that, by the way, a lot, too. Not maybe in our community, but I do see people kind of, like, fucking tearing people down when they make mistakes. Like, how could you? There's 1,000 fucking forums that say differently. Well, not everyone has access to all that information because they don't know it exists, And I know there's the argument, well, you're on the internet. Well, again, people make mistakes. We were here to build a keyboard or here we to chat? I'm seeing a lot of talking and none of soldering. One chat and that's all you put, Irish? That's your only chat? Oh my god, bro. Not yet. There should be an MX Black in here, I think. But if not, we have tons of our own. People, when their streamer tries to be interactive. Yeah, everyone's like, Alex, nobody gives a flying fuck. Just keep building the keyboard, alright? Just shut up and build the keyboard. Can we hear a sound test? The board... I'm going to Milmax the spacebar for us here. So we can try different spacebars. No, Alex, I literally watch it because you interact with others. I know, I'm just kidding. I'm not going to change who I am. I ain't going to change. I'm too old for that shit anyways. To change. Actually, let me solder this in first. Because I need to tape this down. Oops. Another small change will be moving the FSR upwards so it's centered with the cutout. Oh, here? I don't think it's a big deal. Honestly, if you never told me, I would have never noticed. Cool. Small detail, but I appreciate it for us. It's been a while since I've been able to tune into a full legit stream, and I say, you chatted up, Alex. Don't listen to the haters. Thanks, Burn. Also, how you been, buddy? Ooh. Hi, Shark. I have a small favor to ask. Maybe I can help. I'm not sure. Alex not interacting with chat is the same as Discord doing ID verification. It's a change we don't like. Hey, man. I'm waiting for that Skype comeback, all right? I'm waiting. Where's Skype? Pen pop. Where's my pen? We have to let the solder heat up, or the gun, whatever, the pen heat up anyways. Also, compliment for Sue. Sue, you're as beautiful as this pen, all right? Whenever I hear this pen pop, I smile. Whenever I look at you, I smile more. Sue, thank you always for being here. Appreciate you and love you. And I wish you nothing but the nicest of weeks and year, okay? Love you, buddy. What's the engraving on the pen say? It just says alexotos. I got it from... Shoot, what's it called now? I don't remember what it's called. I have to look it up afterwards. It's been a little while. CW&T, I think? I think that's what it's called. Oh, sorry, Shark, what'd you ask? I keep picking safe colors for my boards, so my wife picked 3 combos of Tofu 3.0. Shark, can you put it in the Discord? Probably easier to look there than on here. Hey guys, anyone here recommend any display units? I'm thinking of the Billy from IKEA. What are you putting on it, Eamon? Are you putting keyboards? I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I literally have IKEA stuff with keyboards on it. You cannot put heavy keyboards. That shit will banana like my desk, all right? Do not do that. It will have to be like 2 pounds max. I do not recommend. As much as I have pretty much only IKEA stuff, except for this one desk. Ray, I've never heard this story. Really, Ray? Are you being for real, for real? Even the full wood ones? Does IKEA even sell any more full wood ones? Honestly, I don't even know. I have keys in my Billy bookcase and haven't had any issues. Okay, maybe the Billy works. I have the Besta, and I can tell you, I had 2 keyboards sitting on one, displayed side by side, and it started to bend. So, luckily I noticed it pretty early. Besta's the lowest model? Actually, for real, for real? Did you test the whalebone? Not yet, no. Honestly, I've been so busy the last 2 days. Do you know any cheap, fully transparent linears? Ice something or other. What are they called? Shit. What are those clear ones called? Aqua Kings. Yeah. Something to do with water. Easily something to do with water. Hydras, I think. Oh, no, that's not linear. I think they said linears, right? What happened? Y'all flew too close to the sun. Gotta get good with trolling. I think and it's better. You have half the timeouts, but 4 times the ban. I don't know what to say. Most of those bans are for winning stuff. Can't remember being banned for actual reasons. Who, Adam? I don't think Adam was ever banned for an actual reason. I think I only timed him out for a real reason once when he was being extra annoying to me one day. And I got upsetty spaghetti at him. But I don't think he's ever been banned on purpose. I'm excited though, whichever option wins. Tell you what, Shark, why don't we do a poll afterwards? I'll put it in news or something for you. Really? I thought the Aqua Kings were okay when I used them. Is there not an all clear one that's also called something else to do with water as well? I'll take 2 Gerhorns. What do you think? You're getting 2 Gerhorns? Go for it. Nice board. They get over lube sometimes? Oh. Well, I mean, I probably would just re-lube them. Coke beats Pepsi, but Diet Pepsi clears Diet Coke. Yeah, but Coke Zero clears all of them. Let's be real here. Coke Zero clears everything, bro. I didn't even know where this conversation came from, but I'm down to talk about it right now. Take? Honestly, I can't do Diet Coke because Coke Zero tastes way nicer. Diet Coke is nice, don't get me wrong, but it does have like a sharper aftertaste. Coke Zero, unsubbed. I love Diet Coke. Biggest take? Dude, Coke Zero is so much better. Bro wants his soda to taste like water? What? I can't stand fake sugars? I support it. I like the fake sugars. I'll be honest with you. I think they taste real nice. I haven't drank soda in like a year. When I do drink sodas, it's always the Diet Zero ones. We don't actually go out of our way to buy soda. The only thing we ever buy are these, which I hate. I've grown to really dislike these. Really, really dislike them. Diet Coke is a diet of a different Coke recipe. That's why it tastes so different. I don't know, man. I think Coke Zero, to me, like, it tastes like OG Coke without the calories. That's it. Well, geez, I don't know which other brands are good. I've only really tried Bubbly, and then I tried LaCroix, but LaCroix was alright. Poll is up. Coke Zero or Diet Coke? Yeah, okay. Everyone vote on the poll. I need to know. Have you tried the limited edition Mango Peach Canada Dry? Okay. KJ, don't hate me for this. I'm actually not really a Canada Dry guy. I'm not really a ginger ale type of dude. Honestly, I've never really been a big fan. Take that back. I'm sorry, guys. It's just not for me, man. Like, okay, let me tell you guys why, though, okay? I associate ginger ale with being sick. So I think that's why I can't do it. I don't even know why the fuck I drink ginger ale when I was sick, but I don't know, man. It makes me kind of feel like gross. Like, that was the only time I ever had it. Ginger helps your stomach? Is there ginger in like Canada Dry? Is there actual ginger? Or is it just artificial? I'm curious now. Can someone look that up? My sensitivity? I don't know what it is on this. Default. My sensitivity on my gaming rig, though, is... I think I just use 700 or 800. I invest in ginger in a grater. There you go. Not enough to make a difference? Most mass-produced ginger ale products contain little to no actual ginger root, instead relying on ginger extract and natural flavors to provide the taste. There it is. There it is, dude. Alex, just switch to something like Spindrift with a little bit of juice. Spindrift is, what's that, Insty? Is that a carbonated water? But yeah, dude, that's why I can't do it, alright? That's why I can't do it. Dude, the poll right now, Coke Zero, 25-6. Telling you guys. Coke Zero is where it's at. I ended up buying the Eve and it got to me in 2 days. Did you build it already? Or is it still being built? Vouch for okay, sorry, what? It's a sparkling water with just a hint of fun. I've never seen that in Canada, though. I wonder if they have it here. Don't forget, we don't have all the brands that you guys... Well, for people in the States, I say to you guys that have in the States. Hey, Bob, what's up, dude? How long would you last with root beer with sweetener instead of sugar? I have tried root beer, like zero or whatever you want to call it, root beer diet, like sugar-free. I think it tastes just as good, bro. Honestly, I will say, though, hands down, I don't care what anyone says, the best soft drink you can ever give me is a root beer. I don't even give a fuck what brand. They're all taste good to me. But it clears every other soda in existence. Any root beer. I am a root beer guy, though, so. I don't mind cream soda, but on occasion. Not every day. Root beer gets old, but it's great when it's good. Nah, it never gets old for me. I love root beer. The only... Okay, I will say, though, the only root beer I don't like is... Because... Okay, also, I think this is just the fountain drinks in general. Sometimes the fountain drink root beers are too watered down. I don't know why. It always seems to be, for me, I always get unlucky with the root beers. But they don't have enough of, like, the syrup or whatever. I prefer just getting, like, a can or a glass of it or something. Or, you know, like a bottle. That's a crazy take. A&W root beer in the frozen glass. So good, though. Where's my Dr. Pepper, people? I don't mind Dr. Pepper. It's never been like a top drink for me, though. I think it's just okay. And then I'll give you guys the craziest take, though. I've tried Mountain Dew. I did the original, and I did the watermelon one. I forget what it's called. It's like Captain something. Bro, it fucking sucks. I hate Mountain Dew. Literal worst soft drink in existence. Sorry. Even worse than ginger ale to me. I've not tried Baja Blast, so don't come at me. Mountain Dew is good until you turn 20. I didn't like it as a kid either. Okay, I have not tried Baja Blast. I was telling someone else this literally today. I don't understand why, but Taco Bell kind of like disappeared from Toronto at one point. I feel like there wasn't many locations at one point. Maybe someone else from Toronto can vouch. We're getting them back now, but they kind of just like poofed and disappeared. I'm happy for Toronto. Might be better off that way. It's like you also can't find Arby's here in Toronto. I don't even think I don't think a location exists in Toronto, dude. I think there's literally no Arby's. You have to leave the city. KFC had money issues in Canada? Oh shit, I thought KFC's... They're always everywhere. I don't think you're missing out on Arby's. I haven't had Arby's in like, I don't know, like 20 plus years. I don't even remember if they're good. Mountain Dew in the US is different from Canada too? Is it actually? I thought it'd be roughly the same formula. I've never had Arby's and I don't plan on changing that. Dude, but Arby's has its fans though, bro. You can't even hate on people who like Arby's because like, they enjoy it, bro. Taco Bell's 145 locations in Canada. That does not feel like a lot. Is that the numpad deconcentrated? Honestly, I fuck with it. It's cool as fuck. I'm not gonna lie. I fuck with it so hard. It's so cool. Bro, Arby's fans are people you don't want to associate with? That's kind of crazy. Why did ginger ale catch a stray? It's just because I've always associated ginger ale with being sick, and I think my body hates it. What's my favorite Neo board? I still think the Ergo is one of my favorites, but the Core Plus series is like top tier as well. Let me just double check all the pins and all the seating. So this, just to show you guys again, I feel like it's good to bring this up every now and then. You don't want this. If it sits like this, you just want to make sure everything's sitting flat. So it's always a good idea to go through the board just to make sure everything's sitting good. Even these are bad. You don't want this. You want it to look more like this. So just go through it and push everything into place. I know it's easy to see only the edge ones, but just, you know, go through the board, make sure it's all seated properly. You will get a better sounding board, including on hot swap, doing this. Yeah, no foam today. I've been back in my foam era, but not today. I remember you saying this like 4 years ago as well. Yeah, pretty much my advice has stayed the same. Like I said, advice is the same. We're just chilling. You know, like we just chill build keyboards. This is not, I mean, technically this is a client build, but it's also a prototype. It's a prototype for the Hope TKL, which is a very premium priced product that's running on novel keys at the moment. We look good, so we can start to solder. Top 3 switches of all time? Oh man, I don't know. That's always so tough to answer. I'm real bad at that one there. I would say, honestly, like, I've definitely enjoyed my experience with cherry switches, so that's, like, definitely up there. I enjoy the price point of Milky Yellows, and I've used Milky Yellows with no mods as well, and they sound decent. Milky Yellows. Number 3 switch, honestly, bro, I would say Obscuras have definitely become, like, one of my tops. I'm not going to pick Granites, only because I feel like I can't pick 2 of the switches I've helped pick parts for. I can't do it. I can only pick 1, and I'll pick Obscuras this time because mix it up from the top 3. At least Obscuras are a long pull switch. I don't have any more. I have... It's on the floor right now. I only have like 22, 23 switches left. I have no more. I am completely out and they're sold out and I don't think we're running them again. I need to maybe somehow convince them to let me run them again, but... I am kind of bummed. I thought I wouldn't be this sad, but I am kind of sad. I love the granite switches. Oh, this is a Gondo PCB too. I just noticed that. Mr. Gondo. You can still buy the full black Obscuras if you want. You know what's weird? And I hate saying this because I feel like there's a little bit of truth to this. I do feel like the Obscuras, the orange ones, did have a weird, like, different overall sound signature than the black ones. I don't know why that is. But there is a myth that the die of the switch can, you know, change the sound signature, which some people validate. I don't know, though. Dude, Alex, will be coming to the Ottawa meetup in May? Maybe? I don't know. I didn't even know there was one. Send me the details if you have a minute and you don't mind. I would be honored if you send me the details. I can look into it. I don't think I'm going to the States this year. So, is that how you say Ottawa? Yeah. Ottawa. I don't know. Am I pronouncing it wrong? You have a license now, so no excuse? Well, Bob, I'm going to be real with you. Well, maybe the NK one, but I was looking at some of the flights. Bro, the flights into the States are so expensive. I don't know if I could do another year of it, dude. You know the novelties trip? Now, luckily, Mike helps me out here, but, like, to fly into Pittsburgh from Toronto is, like, $700. And I did another flight where I had to pay for it, and it was, like, again, an hour, $650. It's a round trip, but it's still expensive, man. And then it's the hassle. Honestly, the hassle of going through the airport, honestly, I'm like over. So probably just the novelties one, if anything. But I know there's also KeyCon, I think, this year too. I was hoping to go to that, but I did some like preliminary looking at the pricing, and oof, I can't afford to go. That one, I think, will unfortunately break the bank, and we don't want that. Well, I don't want that. I don't know you. How'd your test go? I did it. I stressed for... Well, I stressed even while I was taking the test, and I think it probably made my situation worse, but I did pass. I did it. We did it. What test? Well, I never had my driver's license because I never needed it, bub, so I finally got it. Even though I'm probably not going to use it. But yay, now we have it. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. $700 is ridiculous to spend on that. You can go to, like, Belize for that much. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think even flying within Canada to BC was only, like, $400 for a round trip. And that was a 4-hour flight. God damn, dude. Burn, thank you so much for the 10 tier 1s, man. Love you, buddy. Thank you. Burn guy's too kind. I've been gifted, dodged easy. Well, you... Oh, never mind. In honor of you passing your test, dude, thank you, Burn. Love you, buddy. Yeah, pretty interesting moment, though. Definitely proud of myself. I really haven't, like... It sounds stupid, but I really haven't done anything where, like, I don't know, like, I've needed to be tested on something before, so this is interesting. Feelings that I haven't had, like, you know, nerves that I haven't had in such a long time, it feels. Thanks, EJ. I appreciate it, man. How's the Lambo GB going? I'm approximately $6 or $7 into that. So it's not looking super great. My Lamborghini group buy. Yeah, we still have 420 days left to go. I don't really understand why the MOQ is so low for this. It could really have been a lot cheaper if it wanted to be. I will give it criticism there too, Shindo. Like, I'm not going to ignore that as well. I feel like the MOQ on this could have been pushed like 300. But then again, I know it's being vendored by Novelkeys. I don't know if there was an intention, or I don't even know maybe if there wasn't a huge price drop at like 300. I don't want to like assume. Maybe there wasn't, it just wasn't worth it. Because we also have to account, like, that particular kind of curve of, is this worth it, and will people buy into this, and will the project have to be canceled? Because that is a risk as well. But yeah, I would have loved to see this, like, maybe run at a higher MOQ for sure. Tim Keyless. Oh, this one's not the one. Timothy Keyless. Love you too, buddy. Where have you been? Yeah, I was about to get to that too. Forrest just said it's their first project and he wanted to be 100% sure. I get that as well. And I don't think that's something that should be ignored, by the way, guys. I'm actually all for people being cautious with first projects. And I'm going to point this out too, right? Just as like a quick little thing here. I get it. The board's expensive. I would rather have the board for people who are interested and can get it to run without a hitch, rather than run at 300 units or 400 units and then 3 years goes by and nothing happens because maybe someone wasn't prepared. I do think that is also a very valid thing to think about. And I will say this with love. I have seen a lot of group buys who do that. Even happens to this day, you know. that they don't go as planned, and they end up kind of digging themselves a big hole. So ultimately, all of you guys, have the choice to not buy or buy stuff. Not everything needs to be purchased. And I know it sucks hearing that, but I'm in the same boat. I can't afford some stuff, So not everything is meant for everybody. I mean, it's kind of a reality we kind of have to look at too. However, we're in a very lovely part of the hobby where we can pick up TKLs for under $150 and them being just as premium feeling. But with more designer, small niche stuff, there always comes that kind of level of premium price point. Is it justified? I would say there can be justification there. Is it value driven? No. Like, are you going to find value, monetary value, and I'm talking strictly a value perspective of, does this board perform better than a Neo 80? Who knows? Probably, honest to God, probably fucking not. But I think the nice, fun thing about keyboards is you have tons of options, and if something suits your style, then get the board. I think we're also in a part of the hobby where basically Neo and all these other brands are kind of dominating, and they get cross-compared a lot. It's really hard to compete with things like, price value and bang for your buck against places like Neo and stuff. So yeah. Hi Ross, how you doing? There's no point in value in a hobby. Well, I think there can be for people who are a bit more money. Okay, I won't say money. A bit more frugal, I guess. I think there can be necessary value. However, ultimately, I think just buy within your means. Don't go crazy with purchasing. Understand that you are a human being that maybe should limit what you pick up as well. Be financially considerate of your own situations. And have fun. That's all. To me, that's what the hobby is. Wait, Tim. What are you talking? You got a job? You got another job or something? Oh, you're talking about. Never mind. I thought we were talking about something else. Don't even read, Alex. Just continue on. My bad. Alex, will Mike hire me? To do what? Just like in general? Software? Well, I don't know. You'd have to ask Mike. Why not just ask him? How do I ask him? We build them all the time. You just click some keys. Oh, you mean like actually? Okay, I thought you meant like physically how. Hey, Mike, will you hire me? No, don't do that. Why don't you just explain your situation? Explain your situation. Actually have like a reasoning. Like, why would you want to be hired? I mean, where do I contact him, bro? Oh, that's a good question. I don't actually know what Mike prefers. I have no clue. This guy? Support. I need a job. Give, please. I want to get hired to get paid. I've never been super great at the whole... Alex actually insulted you for no reason and then said you don't have an answer to your question, Adam. I didn't insult him for no reason. Adam trolls me all the time. I can't trust him. You do it like the old days, walk into the store and ask for an application? okay, realistically, I think the best way is to just be honest of like what you're trying to do. I think that's it. Hey, I'm looking for X job because I'm really interested in this, and here's what I can be, value for. I'm not driving 5 hours. No, I wouldn't do that. I don't know. Why don't you just call Taylor? Who's that? How about you pretend to rob the place, but instead of robbing them, you tell them, give me a job? It's pretty smart. I walked into a card store and asked for a job, and I'm waiting for them to respond right now. Praise? Oh, good luck. That sounds like fun. Honestly, I don't know, actually. Is working at a card store these days fun? Alex, invite me to the employee NK Discord server? I don't know if there is one. I think there might be one. I have no clue. But I don't think I have invite privileges if I'm in it. Working at a place like NK sounds fun, but I know it's a pipe dream and not a role for me to fulfill. There's also that... there's a little bit of truth. There's not a whole lot of truth. At least I haven't found it. Sometimes working within the hobby or the thing you do for fun is not always the most fun. I find it fun, but some people will say that it kind of kills the hobby for them. I don't know. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Alex is actively lying? Tim, I'm actually not, though. I know what you mean. Is there really a secret Discord that you guys use to talk shit about everyone? Yeah. Adam's Discord. You guys aren't in it? Adam didn't invite you guys? For shame, Adam. For shame. Really thought he would have invited you guys. And it's in it. Hey guys, I want to start making Artisan keycaps and wanted to know if pressure pot is absolutely necessary. Ooh, V-Rush. I don't know if it still exists. I'm pretty positive it does. There is a... funny that we're saying this. There's a Discord that will actually have all the information. I don't want to give you bad advice, simply because this stuff can get dangerous. Pressure pots and all that stuff are legitimately not something I do not want to give advice on, because they can get pretty bad. So yeah, that's my 2 cents there. So I don't know. I don't know if there's like alternatives. I only know that I've seen people use them, but I've also heard horror stories with them. So I get scared every time I use my mocha pot. Do you actually? The mocha pot, oddly enough, like I don't really bug me much. But yeah, pressure stuff in general kind of does. Like, there's an overpressure valve. Oh, on the mocha pot? Zbot Discord is a one-stop for artisan making. Is it still around, Tim? I'm a scared little guy. I get you. Also, guys, I'm moving as fast as I can. I realize we're an hour and 40 minutes in. Sorry I was having too much fun chit-chatting. Still around, quiet, but people still answer some questions. Oh, that's nice. Honestly, that's really nice. One sec, guys. Alright. Make me an artisan with a pressure pot clueless? Alex, how good are you at giving lineups? Oh, I don't know. I've never done that. Oh. Sorry, guys. You guys are hearing a phone call. Likely fraud. Likely fraud, guys. Why did it... This is the first time it's ever pulled up on my computer. I'll give you a phone call. I start looking around. Dude, it's never shown up on my computer before. I don't know. There's music. I just probably can't hear it because of the fan. Where was I? Who's Likely? My friend. His name is Likely Fraud. We're doing MX Browns. Did I learn Mac can take phone calls? Yeah, but I thought I turned it off a long time ago. I don't know why it just suddenly started popping up again. Like, that's why you guys have never heard phone... Like, there's always phone calls during stream from, like, spam, because... Hey, dude, I'll tell you this. In Canada, I don't know about the States, we get... I get, like, 4 or 5 spam calls a day. And there's nothing I can do to block them, man. Like, it's just random numbers. So it's usually never attached to my computer, though, because I turned it off, but... I get so many spam calls. It's so bad, dude. Spam calls, and I get stupid texts like this. Let me show you guys something. Okay, this is spam, so I don't care that I'm showing you this, but... Hey, Dad, this is my new number. Just text me back when you see this. I get so many of the same ones, bro. I got that one there too. Alex, it's me. Alex is a son, I guess. I don't know, dude. Text him back. Hey, Dad, this is my new number. Text me when you see this. Thanks. That particular one, the Hey, Dad one, I have like 6 or 7 of those. In the EU, they usually only call when you opt into some shitty marketing list, but you also get the right to opt out. Yeah, I wish. How many sons do you have? 6 or 7, I guess. The GF be like, who did I give birth? I would remember that. Yeah, I think we all would. Thank God 6-7's blocked. Thank fucking God. Good thing I banned that term. Yup. And go figures, it was Annette. How many kids do you have in your 20s? Oh, I guess a lot. They're all calling me now. What size Milmax do you use on Spacebars? I like 3305s. I think those are the best size slash... like the lip on those is really thin too, so you don't have to worry about the switches sitting too high. But they're also not difficult to solder in. I don't recommend 7305. Those are a pain in the ass to solder in. And then I think there's 3305-0. I also think are very shallow as well, and also a pain in the ass. Just be really careful. Yeah, like, they're not as bad, but yeah, 7305, boo, dude, I screw those up all the time. Actually, I can show you guys. So these are, where's my little thing here? These are 3305s. These are the sockets I always use, right? These are 0305. These are really long sockets, and I only ever use these when I'm testing stuff. I stopped using these a long time ago. Then I have these sockets, which you can see they're much shorter. These are 3305-0. So I don't know if it's easy to tell, but these have a smidge more length to them. But yeah, these are... you have to be careful with these ones. I don't use these as often. I buy them from... Well, Mechman has them if you just want a small batch. But I buy them from... oh gosh, why isn't this going in now? Get in there. Jeez, what are they called again? Hey, Tim.
Hey.
I haven't seen you in a while.
I'll give you a socket you could use.
Okay.
Damn, bro. Hey, this is a very familiar position. I've seen your face from down here before. Why aren't you talking?
You're making me hot and embarrassed here. Damn.
So what's up?
Streaming.
Ayo Tim moments.
What are you streaming?
Keyboards.
Oh.
Alex After Hours? Sounds like a spam call. Honestly, yeah, it might be.
Hey, Dad. This is my new number. Text me when you get this. Thanks.
Tim, why aren't you streaming?
Bro, leave me alone, man. I've been playing this game, Lost Ark. Or not Lost Ark, fuck.
He doesn't even know what the fuck he's
Ark
playing,
Knights.
guys.
Fuck. Ark Knights?
The Batman one?
No, that's Arkham.
Whatever,
Ark
bro.
Knights is it's like a fucking Factorio plus Genshin thing.
Is it a Gamba game?
Pretty much.
This guy's addicted, dude.
Dude. But then like it's like Factorio, dude. And I lost myself in that. It's bad.
How? If I go on Steam and check your Factorio, what's your
Oh,
hours?
it's not on Steam. It's a separate launcher.
I thought Factorio was on Steam.
No. I'm saying Ark Knights, the game I'm playing, is like Factorio plus Genshin.
Oh. You need to give Tim an intervention? Yeah.
Dude, honestly, I think I need help.
Are you on right now?
I have the launcher out right now.
Guys in chat, just can we get some prayer emojis for Tim Keelas?
Dude, look at this shit.
Oh my god, bro. Just get off the game, bro. It's still sunny out there right now. I know it is. Go outside.
Dude, what do you mean? Look at this.
Bro, there's still sun outside. What do you mean?
It's fucking over. Okay, not overcast, but it's like sunset. It's fucking
Perfect
almost
walking.
6.
What's
Why
it?
are you went on a walk?
Okay, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
No worries. You're looking good today, by the way.
Oh, thank you. You look good as always.
Thanks, man.
Are you saying that I only look good today?
Oh my fucking god.
That's crazy, dude. Hey, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay, Tim, I'm gonna go back to streaming now.
Okay.
I'll see you later. Tim walks now? Yeah. He does. Isn't that crazy? Guy is staring at the launcher. I'm dead. Yeah, because after he was done this conversation with me, he was gonna hop on the game. We should do more podcasts. We were doing it there for like 1 or 2, and then we got busy. We should, though. See, how come that phone call didn't pop up on my computer? Isn't that weird? But the other one did. The spam callers have found a way to bypass things. I only look good right now? Yeah, that was so toxic. Oh my god. He launched before you hung up? Yep. By the way, if you guys are new to my stream and you're just like, damn, this guy doesn't build the keyboard and he just yaps, it is what it is. That's part of the fun of building keyboards. It's the yapping along the way. Are you done with the stabs yet? Actually, no. POV that one chatter. There's actually a few people today. We're done anyways. I'm new. I enjoy the commentary. I appreciate it, Evan. Alright. It's okay. Tim wouldn't have started the stream yet. Oh, fuck. That's crazy. That's actually crazy. Not wrong. Back to the Milmax. Where do you get them in bulk? Mouser. That's what it's called. Took me a minute to remember. Mouser is where I normally buy it. But this one here has been Milmax. If you don't see a switch there, it's because I haven't put it in. All right, let me wash my hands, make sure we're all clean and stuff, and then we'll start building. I asked him which one was Mike, and he said top one. Top one's Alex. I could be Mike. Why wash your hands? Just wipe it off on your jeans? You know, I don't think I've wore a pair of jeans in many years. I really don't think I don't even know if I have a pair of jeans. Identification card here. All right, so let's grab. Is there any screws and stuff in the bag? Did I miss anything else? No. They should be inside the board, right? All right. Time to open this bad boy up. I do like the way this looks. I still don't know what keycaps that we're using, by the way, guys. Any suggestions? What bit is this? Redacted? Dolce? Beige? Beige with this particular blue would actually look sexy. Glorp? Is Glorp even out? I thought Glorp was still in group buy. Modern matte? Ooh, Metropolis Dark would be interesting on this. Modern matte concrete would look nice. Shoko? Do I have Shoko? By the way, in case you guys are curious, I am going to be finalizing my cleanup tomorrow. Well, for most part. But I'm going to be writing down all my keycap sets, and then we can go through them together, and we can make like a fun interactive wheel of stuff to pick. All right, before we get into this, actually, I need to use the washroom. I've been hydrating way too much. Be right back, one sec. No, I really had to use the washroom. Dude, I drank this whole thing. Which actually isn't a whole lot, but I also had another one of these beforehand. Okay. No, I did see the HMX Aperol. I like the look of that set. Oh, cute. I like this detail. This is a cool detail. Never lose hope, friend. On the inside of the frame. I vibe with this detail. This is cute. Is this going to be on the final one for us? That's cool. I like that. Can't lose what I don't have? God damn it. Actually, I'm going to also tighten the weight because I think it got a little loose in shipping here. I ain't reading all that. I'm happy. Okay. This is the guy, dude. Oh, wrong one. I just bought a Neo 60 Core as my first custom, and I'm very happy. The Neo 60 Core is fantastic. Yeah, he's got a little loose in transit. Whereas, another suggestion for you. Perhaps, I don't know. I'm always a little bit worried these days. Since this only has 2 screws, maybe this would be wise to have this wrapped in like a paper and ship this kind of just like tucked in at the top or something. The last thing I would want to see is like this somehow getting a little loose, because it did get a little loose to me. Again, just a maybe. I don't think people will mind screwing in 2 screws. You know, we have this streamer in the Noida game community that is known for yapping, and his chat is known for telling him to stop yapping. We could do the same. In the immortal words of Mr. Peanut, nuh-uh. I don't wanna. We can do that. I think the M3 screws should hold better. It might. Just kind of like a, I don't know, I'm thinking out loud, not a good or bad thing, just thinking out loud for you guys. I've had a really bad experience with that on a board I purchased, where it was a polycarbonate board, and the screws came loose in shipping on the weight, and it just destroyed the whole polycarbonate keyboard. It's very common, at least in the streamers that I watch, for an hour or two of chat before the game starts. I mean, low-key, it kind of common with keyboards too. I think I do a decent enough job where like I just start building the keyboard after about 20 minutes of talking. But yeah, it happens, so not much you can do. Alright, let's plug this in. The mounting points are looking good on this. Pretty standard fare, I say. We have 3 on the bottom, pretty far away from the space bar, so it should make it nice and soft. Decent. Your clockwork for ending at 2 hours? I'm pretty decent at it. Bug, thank you so much for the Prime. I appreciate it, man. I miss Ryan's 4 hours of yapping. Dude, rating Ryan was so much fun too, because Ryan would... Every time I tune in, he'd have that little spudger out. And he'd be like, hey, dude, let me just show you about this little... And he'd pull out like this random thing. It'd be like a stone. And he'd be like, this stone right here, the facets of this stone. And he'd show you guys. And he has all this knowledge in the world where I don't know where he got it from. Shanghai Yatsu. And he'd talk about the stone. And I'd be like, all right, this is interesting. It's so funny, though. The stones rock? Huh, they do, Gingy. This is the Eve 65. And then his $60 t-shirts. I missed that part. I don't remember the $60 t-shirts. But he had some funny moments. Is Dark Kaiju just Skidata with sub-legends? I don't know. Dude. The bottom of this board is sexy, I gotta say. This TKL has CF or alu plates. Is top mount? Damn, that sounds incredibly stiff. I mean, I think CF or alu plus top mount is a pretty classic sound signature. So I don't think it's out of the norm. I personally have always preferred polycarbonate with my top mounts. But dude, you know what? I've had some pretty good aluminum ones too. Also, I think Foraz, and he can confirm, I think he shipped me another plate. So I don't know when. Whenever it gets here, we can kind of book from there, but we probably will do another build with this. With some linear switches maybe, using one of the other plates. Maybe carbon fiber. CF, yeah, he just confirmed. CF is on the way. Ooh. Damn, this does look good. Penguin, what's up, man? How you doing? This board is so hot. Well, now we just got to decide on what switches we want, or what keycaps we want to use. Yeah. Also, I forgot to put the... Well, let's just put the MX Black in now. Oh, here it is. I took one out myself just in case. Okay. Let's pull this down a little bit. Plate sitting crooked, or is it just the angle? Hard to tell. I don't think it is. I think it might just be the angle. I'll double check once we put the keycaps on. It's top mount. Might need like a smidge of a readjustment somewhere. We'll see. I think it actually does work, by the way, Flores. Yeah, it types. Well, not all of it. Yeah, okay. There are some... By the way, we knew this would happen. This was ahead of time told me that it might not work. Seems like some of the keys are non-functioning. Interesting. This does look pretty, though. Holy shit. It's a beautiful looking color. All right. Now, I almost feel like we should just use the SWG beige. Redacted would also look good. I'm not even mad if we end up picking Redacted today. And you know, I'm also down for Metropolis Dark. I feel like Metropolis would slap on this. But I think beige, truly, I do think beige plus this particular color would look extremely good. So I am almost leaning towards using something beige. Let me see what I want to use. Do we have any like keycaps lying around that will just pop out at me here? I don't have Winkler, unfortunately. I have like 2 beige sets now. Don't talk shit. Don't talk shit. Please. Oh shit. No, not Pacific. Pacific might be too blue for this. Okay, let me see. Let me see what I want to use. I almost think Classicer is the set we're probably going to go with today. How does this look? Yeah, man. I gotta say, I think we go beige today. Yeah. Okay, let me go find the rest of where I put Classicer. One sec. I think Classicer is the winner. Now, where did I put it? I don't remember. That is always a great question. Where did I put my keycap sets? I must say, the cyan one is making me a certain way. Oh, it's on my Rama board. My Rama keyboard. The Zenith, yeah, I finally built it the other day. I don't know if you guys tuned in for that particular stream, but honestly, it's whatever. I'm not like 100% into it. Yeah, the color on it is just not my thing. And in case you guys are wondering, it does tilt if you press really hard. Normal key presses, nothing. But we've seen boards like this before. Oh shit, these are all different. I'm going downwards thinking they're not. I'm probably honestly never gonna put keycaps back on this board. As much as it doesn't sound terrible, but it's not for me. I don't like the color of it at all. Like, at all. It's too gold. This is not what I wanted, you know? Did we find out if the bottom screw sticking out will be the final? So I mentioned that right away, Rudd. And Foraz said, basically Foraz asked us what we prefer. So in case you guys are curious, I'm not a fan of these screws protruding outwards. Foraz did confirm that we do have the option to get slim screws. And I think, honestly, I do think slim screws would look way better on this. To be real, I don't like the protruding screws on this. I think they need to be slim. That's like my only visual complaint about the board. Which I'm grateful because I think that's an easy fix. It might look fine on the silver, but I don't think it looks good on the blue. I think it's a very simple fix. I love the thin side bezels. They're pretty thin, yeah. I would say they're like very slim, very sexy. I do like the thicker forehead and chin on this too. I like when boards kind of contrast versus the uniform all-around bezels. These are hard to pull out with my fingers today. God damn. I don't got the strength today. I just wanted to share. Pushed go on the NV70. Thank you again with your help in giving us updates on Discord. I wrote a wholesome message for Keybay and the special instructions. Thank you, Stiletto. Or, I always say Stiletto. But dude, I want to ask you a question still. Do you feel like I felt very neutral, or was I leaning towards one side when it came to like those particular messages? See them accusing Metakeys for being at fault? Yeah, I mean, I think there's obviously going to be like accusatory stuff back and forth from both parties. I don't know who is the right person here. Let me be honest. I had a feeling there was going to be like accusatory stuff. That's why at the beginning I said in my original message about the whole situation, I just put it doesn't matter who's at fault. The problem is nothing got done. And how are we going to like, how are the companies going to come together to fix this type thing? So that was more my thing. That's what Charles said. Yeah. Unsolicited shout out to Gray Studios customer support. Had a minor issue with my order. Cardboard box damage. They made it up to me with a free Space 80 R2. God damn. Was there actually any damage on the keyboard itself? Ill intent? Finger pointing is the worst. Just fix it. Yeah. Because that's what I said in my original message. I'm like, it really doesn't even matter, man. Like, well, it does. It doesn't portray a professional message. I'll tell you that much. From a human aspect, like being very vulnerable. Like, I can see maybe why pointing fingers is something easy to do. We all do it. But yeah, it doesn't look good when you've written something out and you're pointing fingers and going from there. You know, like, it doesn't look good because but if you ain't at fault, I think that kind of falls into my thing where it doesn't really matter who's at fault at this point here. The point is, something's not done right. How are you going to fix it? Because here's the thing. I'm not in any one of their situations. Maybe there was a phone call. Maybe there was something that's off the record. I don't know. And absolutely, Niku, totally understand you would not trust someone with that behavior with your money. Totally get it. You know what? And you have every right to. And that's a great thing that these things are being publicized, right? Because then you can make the decision. What was the issue with GDK? For the full context, I wrote all about it in my Discord announcement. But essentially, there was miscommunication. I'll say that I think is the most earnest thing to say. With the lead vendor of the TKL group buy, the DK1, and GDK. And essentially, boards got shipped to customers that had some minor issues, some major issues. It seemed like some people who did get their board were very happy with it, despite some of the shortcomings. But ultimately, things kind of fell apart. Was no QC done? No, and that was part of the miscommunication, I feel. Plate not fixed and interstab not fitting. They did say in one of their more recent announcements that they were working on fixing all problems. So we'll see how well those words translate. But Chester and some of the other vendors seem pretty confident that stuff like this won't happen again, so... Yeah, and not to bring it up here to go down into details, because honestly, I feel like I've talked about this 6 times in the last week. I would say just look up my announcements. All the information's there. It's just literally me giving information. You can read all about it. It's kind of the Cliff Notes, as well as what their announcements were. Who did you vote for in the GMK Designer Contest? I haven't voted for anyone yet. I haven't even looked. I felt you leaned on more informational reporting, which also leaned more optimistically as per not letting any potential cynicism color your words. To give room for second chances optimism, which I mirror too, and hence bought into it. You gave as much detail as you were allowed to be in being professional. Thank you, I appreciate that, man. I think that's literally what my goal was. I just wanted to be informational reporting on it. Because, I don't know, man. My thing with a lot of these things here is... I've taken sides with things before, and then more information comes out, and then I just want to switch sides afterwards because I'm like, fuck, I don't like this side now. So I think the more responsible thing is just point people into the information that's already publicized, and that's it. I feel like if I rush into decisions, I feel like emotionally, I guess, connected to one side. It's not the product you are asking reviewers to give opinions on, vendors to sell. I get it for small designers, but if you call yourself studio, etc., you should be sent the exact product. Sorry, what do you mean by that, Niku? Oh, I have to read all of it, sorry. But honestly, can we stop sending China units as to reviewers for international GB, if they're the same? Sure. Oh, dude, Niku. Here, dude, I've said the same thing for a long time. My thing is, what happens a lot of the time with group buys, especially being sent by overseas, is sometimes they do a different model for the North America units. And sometimes we don't even know which model we get. And then also, a lot of the times, and we make jokes about it and stuff, I can give criticism, and none of that actually matters because the units are already produced. And again, That information never gets spoken to anyone. What I like to say, though, is, and this only works for the negative reviews or negative aspects of a board, don't expect things to be fixed for the finalized units. Try to look at some of those things as is. But yes, there are some cases where things change up and like you'll just, I mean, I don't know, man. It's crazy, but from why you asked me to review them, the honest truth is I don't know. I ask myself the same question, and sometimes I wonder, Niku, do people just want the publicity even if it's negative? And I think that's probably the only answer. What I encourage is to base your purchase on not just one review, on many reviews. And if you have a sour taste, like you don't want to do it, don't do it. But I can understand it is very frustrating. But I'll tell you what, though, there are certain boards that have gotten such bad publicity that they've just completely tanked. I'll tell you that much, man. So there is a limit. There's a threshold to how much bad publicity a board can get before it like completely tanks something. Just join. The board seems expensive for TKL. What do you think this makes? What do you think makes up the price point? It's there's nothing here that I would say like, yeah, this is okay. And this is nothing against Forez. Love Forez. This board isn't really a yeah. This is $650 because it has this X feature. It's just a low MOQ board. That's it. There's a very small amount of them being made, up to maximum total threshold 150. But the MOQ is set at something like 30. Honest, if that interests you, yeah. Plus, this is DDS. DDS does cost a little bit more money. MOQ. Did I say MLQ? MOQ. On top of, from another aspect too, like these are not super cheap to make, but with higher MOQs, obviously that would go down. But the idea is this is a first run for Forez, the designer. So understandably, I don't think he wants this to be completely like, I don't think he wants to bite off more than he can chew, which I also support, by the way. So I kind of appreciate the lower MOQ and maybe more attention to detail to focusing in on minimum lick quantity, focusing in on the people that actually purchase the board and actually want it. It doesn't make for a fun price point, I'll tell you that much. But I understand and I get it. The weight is machine finished for the person in Twitch. What happened? The weight is machine finished for the person in Twitch. Oh, okay, there's that too. Not crazy, but more on par with small runs. These days, I'd say, yeah, definitely a little bit more on par with super small runs. There's other expensive boards that I've run too. Not the first we'll see and not the last. And here we go. And where's pause? There it is. Yeah, I'm with Chuck on this, man. Like, I think like the value for money aspect in this hobby is, how do we even start approaching that anymore? Like, it's so skewed, It's so skewed. When you're thinking about value for money, there's only a few brands now that even make sense for that because of the MOQs that they can have. And they're having like 10,000 units plus. So for them, it makes sense. For smaller batches, it's just how much you're willing to spend on something more boutique. And I think in matching terms here, like boutique always has a bit of a higher price point because there are small units of them. What are those brands? We're looking at Wuche. We're looking at, oh my gosh, Neo. QWERTY Keys has a whole bunch. Melatrix, which is a sub brand, Chill Key. Now we're seeing other brands like Yunzi create like 10,000 units of certain things. That's it. KBD Fans is making huge amounts of stuff. You know, like from another aspect too, and I know Manta was a bit more complex on the bottom, but like our Manta keyboard, even at we had a 300 MOQ, was pretty high cost. I'm sure if we did Manta at like 30 MOQ, it would have been a $900 board. So TickType, which is a sub-brand from QWERTY Keys as well. So they're all running things with... MOQ is minimum order quantity. The way this works, just to explain to people so it makes sense. This is not an excuse. This is just facts from the, from the factory. A board gets produced, right? You send this over. They tell you, cool, we really like this keyboard. We'll manufacture it for you. If you buy 20 units, it costs $400 US. If you make 50 units, it might cost $385. If you buy 150, we can lower that to $350. If you buy 500, we can lower it to $300. If you buy 1,000, maybe we'll only charge you $200 per unit. Because when it comes down to machining, there's actually a lot of stuff that kind of is behind the scenes, like that a machinist would have to do or a factory would have to do. So obviously they make more money off the higher scale of what they can get. Like they want the business, right? They don't want to just set up for a run of 20 and then you're on your merry way. So it depends on how much you're willing to commit. So how much your minimum units are. And when you get to boards like the Neo 65 Core or the Neo 65 CU, for example, their MOQs are like 10,000 plus maybe, and their business might be like maybe I don't know. I'm just making things up, but maybe it's like $70 for the whole unit to be manufactured. That's why they can sell it for 150, and they make whatever money that they do. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm not even mentioning half of the other things that come with this. But basically, companies want the bigger MOQs. That's why they're willing to give you such steep discounts the higher you go. The problem is fulfilling those. And now as a vendor and as a business, do you take the risk to promise 1,000 boards and you might only sell 100? Are you going to be able to sell 900 more boards? So this is kind of where the risk now comes into play. I'm sorry, is this too much? Maybe I'm just going way too into detail now. No, you good? No? Okay. But yeah, there's a lot of stuff that comes into play now. Shit is complicated. There is. There's a lot. Like, I already knew a lot of this stuff before I helped with my own board with Bowl there, but like learning it all firsthand is like, yeah, there's a lot of stuff. There's, like even Coach said, there's failures for things. There's B stock you have to order. There's other overhead costs you have to do. And again, you might think, oh yeah, why even bother then? Some people want to make their stuff. Right? There's a lot of things. And typically, I think in business, at least from what I've learned in the past and, jobs that I've had. Sorry, we'll type on the keyboard in like a minute here. You want margin. Not just because you need profit and you want to smile and take the money and spend it on things. You want margin because as a business, you want to be able to serve your customers in the future. For example, what I don't like to see is when businesses run on razor thin margins. Because that tells me they're not considering if stuff goes wrong or they need to help customers. We've seen that time and time again, where companies do that and they just shut down and shit falls apart. Look at what was it, Mexico, a whole bunch of other brands in the keyboard hobby, like Space Cables. They ran out of money, and you don't want that to happen. So right away, like when I see brands are like, yeah, I'm making like 10-20% margin, that's not helpful. Like you if something goes wrong, which things do, tons of projects in the hobby have gone wrong, you then can't have no buffer to help your people who supported you. So again, there needs to be a healthy amount of margin for the company. You can't just chalk it up to everything being cost. right? So that's another aspect you have to consider. And then we were talking about the risk factor. Like, do you want dead stock on a shelf? Which, you know, there's storage fees. There's tons of stuff you have to do. 10 to 15% margin is pretty standard. I think maybe for big box stores, I actually would say 10 to 15% profit margin on an individual product is usually not what companies are going for. Like, I'll tell you, there are loss leader products like that. But I would say most healthy margins that I've seen in the years of working in like business is like, yeah, 40 to 50%. I'm not even kidding you guys. It's usually 40 to 50. Even working at Best Buy, they give us a lot of access to like the margins of stuff. For some reason, he doesn't have like the first level employee, and it's a lot of like 40 to 50s. So that's why a lot of Best Buy employees will like be able to like offer small discounts on like if you buy the you know, their expensive warranties and stuff. But yeah, that's part of the reason too that you need to put into perspective when you're looking at like prices of products. It's why actually like I love Mode, for example. Mode's a great example of like a designer group that also vendors their products. Mode's customer support has been fantastic. And they have the resources to do so because everything's done in a healthy way. They're putting money into their customer support as well, which you want as a company. I like seeing that as a consumer. Like, I want that. I want to buy a product where I know the support is good. Here's a good example of me shopping at a big company, Sony. Now, I just bought some Sony cameras, so knock on wood, but I bought some really expensive headphones from Sony. They were just out of their warranty, but like I wanted customer support. Sony did not help. They were awful. They basically outsourced a lot of their customer support. Does that make me confident to buy Sony audio products in the future? Absolutely not. So I probably won't. Their cameras, I've had different, you know, overall experiences with, but the Sony audio stuff, I'm never buying it again. And just based off a customer service experience, right? So again, I think that also matters when you're looking at a product. Again, this is just me. This is the things that I value. You could value different things. You can totally value different things, and that's beautiful. I love that we can all do that. But let's see how the board sounds. It looks great with Classicer on it, doesn't it? Do we like it? This board was made for me. Do you like it, Peel? The blue is really nice on this one, I gotta admit. I feel like Winkler would have been good. I also feel like this would look nicer. I'm going to be honest. Classicer is a bit warmer. I feel like this set might have actually looked better on this board. But it's fine. We ain't going to cry about it. I think I'd gone with a cold color for the keycaps. I still don't mind it with the warmer color too. I think it looks great on this. But alright, we're using MX Browns. They've been modded by Tomb. On a PC plate, this is top mount on the Hope TKL. Let's see what it sounds like. Ooh, okay. I might actually have to unplug it because the keys are all doing different things here, which we knew. Need to tune that stab a little bit better, but I think in hindsight, I would have liked to go with a linear for all the mods. I don't love the MX Brown on some of the modifiers here. The alphas sound amazing. You get a little bit more, I mean, MX Browns are a bit more of like a dirty linear, but Yeah, MX Browns are definitely an acquired taste. I'll be honest with you, they are. They a little bit are. I actually really like them on this board. I think it sounds really good. But, dude, the board sounds good. The alphas are nice and full. Spacebar has that pop to it. It's typical polycarbonate type, top mount kind of type, so it's a bit stiffer, but not overly stiff because you can actually see some of the board flex a little bit where it matters. That's because where the mounting points are. So good on Foraz for that. In terms of alignment, and I'm going to be a bit critical here too, the alignment of everything looks good. The blocker looks good. There isn't any oddities with the blockers. Everything looks nicely lined up from the get-go here. How do you guys feel about it? Looks good to me. Damn, that looks pretty with this color combo. I gotta say, that does look pretty. So alignment looks good for everything. Internals were nice. I do love the way this back piece looks. I do love it. The seam looks really good. I don't like those screws, but Foraz did say they're going to give optional flush screws as well, or thinner profiled screws. The screws, for me, but it's fine. The pipe keys cricket, well, that's just because I didn't put it on right. The bottom of the keyboard, I think, also looks phenomenal. It looks really good. Yeah, the curves on this board are very, very pretty. DDS does a good job on manufacturing stuff as well. I mean, I've always liked their stuff. You can tell it. Like, I don't know. I always have like a weird itch when something's like DDS. It's not a large foot issue. I wonder why there was a thuddy sound on the case. I don't think there was a thuddy sound at all. Do you think this needs the screws in the middle? Like over here? I'd leave them there just in case. Do you use a different cable when you use HE boards? Same cable. Nice. Very, very, very nice. Is it worth your money? That depends. It's a personal question. If you like the design and the overall price of this and it suits your needs and you're like, you know what, this is it for me, then it's good. Grab it. If you're like, Alex, I needed something under $200 and I kind of want something that sounds just as good, there are lots of options right now. Is this board going to be for everybody? Absolutely not. But I think it is going to be for someone who wants something a bit more boutique. Who wants something with like really nice curves, very understated design from the top down. So I think that's who this board's going to be for. Also, I really, really do like this like machined weight over here. I think this looks really pretty. It's well done. It's inexpensive. Is it expensive to design custom screw heads to fit keyboard designs? I actually don't know. I do think there's a large like minimum you have to do for those. I think with screws, it's something like last time I think we checked, it was something like, I think 20,000, 30,000 screws. You need to order a shit ton. And then you might not even use them all forever. So if it was in stock, it would be okay, but pre-order kind of a bummer. Again, totally up to the person buying it. I can't really say that this is going to be worth your time or not.
To add on to your Sony experience,
hobby, right?
I've basically lost all faith in Sony audio since they recently released two turntables/record players at $400 and $500 that have spec sheets devoid of all important information and have the features of turntables that can be got for as little as $100.
I'm telling you, Sony audio for me is just, I can't do it. I can't. Every fiber of my being after my one really bad experience, I can't. Well, this is also why, like, I won't probably pick up, like, Odyssey stuff anymore, too, right? I know they probably don't call all the shots with Odyssey, but, like, I just can't. Bottom gap of the arrows is bigger than the rest. Can't unsee? I don't think so. I think that's just the angle of the board you're looking at. I think you would have to look at this more of like a proper angle. Looks fine to me. No, it's perfect. Ever so slight. Bro. Someone should screenshot and then measure. I actually don't think so. I don't know if my caliper will be good enough for this. Plus, it has no batteries still. I like the AirPods. They're good enough for most of my stuff. AirPods are good enough. That's it. Back from pizza night? What's up, Gondo? Well, and that's really it, guys. I mean, that's pretty much the stream today. I don't really have anything crazy critical here, other than those screws in the back. I think the board looks great. The colors on this board look cool. I would like to see the green on like a color chip or something, like piece of aluminum, just to see what it looks like. Not so much trust the render. Not that I don't trust the render, but man, that green looks interesting and I'd like to see it. Personally, I've had a wonderful experience with Sony. I have their IER Z1Rs too, and one of the earbuds is completely broken. That's the exact model I have. And they told me to go kick rocks. Sony told me, literally, we can't help you. And then their unofficial support of Sony, because they sent me to a third-party repair center, said that Sony won't sell us parts. You have to buy a whole new individual earbud. And when I asked the cost of that, maybe I'd get a discount. It was literally half the cost of the IEM. So, I have a cheap Sony turntable and amp, and they were fine, I guess. As someone, I mean, I'm sure Sony's good enough for everybody, but I had a really bad experience with them, and I probably won't ever buy from them again. I could, but fun, very fun. I did send you the samples in DMs if you're like to see the GB colors better. Okay, let me see. I forgot you did that. My bad. 4S, where are you? Oh, here, guys. I will open this up. Wait, can I not open this up in like chat or something? I guess not, huh? Let me download it. Okay, let me show you guys the green here in a second. And then we'll probably hop off here. So there is the green. Where's my QuickTime player? Where's like, yeah, here. That's a very emerald green, I'll tell you that much. Damn. Yeah, that's a very, I think the camera is a little bit, unfortunately, needs to be cleaned a little bit. That's why it's reflecting so much light like that, but it is very green. The Super Strike mouse review. I ain't spending money on that. It looks cool, but I think it was what, $250? I am not gonna do it. I ain't gonna do it. All right, though, guys. Fun stream. I hope you guys learned a lot today. Please make your decision for buying keyboards after some thought. You know, like don't just rush into buying things. Please consider your own financial statuses as well. I think that's also very important. Be smart with your money. It's a hobby. Have fun. That's the biggest takeaway that I want to tell you guys too. Like, just have fun with your stuff. No one's telling you what to do, but have fun. All right. Dictatorship. Hi, Gondo. Pay later, huh? The green is very common on carports, but the anode is always uneven. Actually, it's a hobby. Have fun. You clearly have arrived at the internet yesterday. No. I'm optimistic. That's what it is. Sounds like a gambling ad. Disclaimer. Hey, man, at least we talking about it, you know? Let's go find someone to raid. Oh, wait. Let me unplug this keyboard. Plug this one here. Alrighty. Let's go raid. Let's go raid Apiary. She's playing some video games right now. My hobby is serious and interesting, and if anyone shares it, they like it for the wrong reasons and the wrong way. It's only for big brain people like Gondo. Very nice, Foraz. Alright, guys, have a good one. Love talking to you as usual. We will hang out more tomorrow, and for... I can't remember if it was Anna, Insty, or Adam, one of you guys. Look, we did more than 2 hours today. In your face. Love you guys. Talk to you guys tomorrow, I think. Oh yeah, tomorrow we might be doing the Mass 80. So, see you soon. Bye, everyone, and good night.